Family of 6, 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6 or 3? It was 4.
4 out of
4
6.
out of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 sisters and a brother?
I have a brother and a sister, and then I have another brother that had it, but he passed away, which
Okay.
wasn't
related.
Related.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right, got it.
Just so mental notes.
You
to
should.
Yeah.
write this down.
And how
Yeah.
old are you, Janet? 23?
Yeah.
Let me see. I am 63.
I think about
Very
it.
good.
Do you?
My dad's age.
How old were you when you had Amanda then?
I was like 35. I think.
35?
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
feel like the MD affected pregnancy or pregnancy affected MD either way, or? I mean, because you say you're tired. Being pregnant makes you tired, so I'm just wondering, like, your
You know, I,
tired level.
Yeah.
you know, I really can't say that I noticed probably any change. Maybe I actually felt better.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
More blood flow? I wonder why that would be.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think, with the weight that you gained during pregnancy too, that just kind of pushes on, more of your
Muscle.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it'd be
Made
interesting.
you feel
to know.
better.
Yeah. And so you said since you don't really doctor that much for it, there's not like any medications you take that are specifically for affecting it?
No.
Interesting.
There's
That's
actually
awesome.
no medications I take
Nice.
at all. So.
Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
But one thing that probably helps, like with blood flow, is that if I'm feeling really sluggish and weak and stuff like that, if I take like just maybe an ounce or 2 of wine or
Oh,
even
true.
drink a beer or something like that, usually after a little bit, it's like, phew, I can,
Really?
yeah, it really, I can't figure it out. But
Yeah.
it does help, but I'm not
Yeah.
an alcoholic.
You
so-
gotta do what you gotta do, really.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they all say?
Yeah.
That's
funny.
funny.
Yeah, it helps.
Sure. I think with textbooks, they really talk about like the worst of the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And
Scenarios.
yeah, there's the worst
Mhm.
scenarios, and it sounds like you've got a pretty good hold on everything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
no medication, like
Right.
you're still living independently.
Mhm.
And it's really remarkable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do you make more a point of exercising because you have this condition and you know it's gonna help it, or was it just a healthy lifestyle?
Well, yeah, because like when we had the restaurant, I was up and around and working a lot, even though I had to take breaks and rest and stuff like that. But then once I got here, Bob lived with me in an apartment for a while, and then they had to move him to a different unit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a jaunt every day to
Oh,
walk.
sure.
Well, then once he passed away, then it was kind of like, okay, I really got to keep
Moving.
You were used to that
moving
daily
and stuff
walk.
like that, so,
Yeah.
and I probably still don't do as much as I should, but I do feel better when I do it. So
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I did too.
I feel like I need to go back home though and like read up on this particular MD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our book did not talk
It does
about
not.
No.
I'm like, what?
Okay.
Marie? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing to do with the mouth.
Yeah. Do you like? How did it get such a weird name?
I
Like,
don't know.
yeah.
No idea.
Huh.
Yeah, we really have to do our research on it.
Somebody
Yeah.
who probably discovered it, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll have to see.
And another thing that I just thinking about it, it's kind of like sometimes having like conversations and stuff like that, and I noticed it probably more so with my brother, that sometimes we have to really pause and think about what we're going to say.
Oh,
I mean,
true.
just to kind of get it all in there or something like that. And I'm assuming that that's maybe part of the
Sure.
muscular dystrophy. I don't know, but
Has it affected like your handwriting or anything?
no, maybe somewhat, but my fingers are like all bent and stuff
Oh.
like that. So, like today when I went down to the fitness center, they have these grip thingies or hand things, and so it felt better to use them, because sometimes it just feels like there's just a bunch of stiffness and stuff like
Oh,
that.
sure.
It's just hard to move.
Yeah.
How would you describe like the progression since you were diagnosed to now?
You know, I don't think it's been, I don't think it's, I mean, it's advanced probably a lot, but not a great bunch, because I'm still functioning on my own and able to do my own laundry and shower and all that stuff, so I don't see that there's been a big progression.
Sure. Okay.
Have you ever had, I'm sure like in your lifespan you've stumbled and fell, but have you ever had any like, have you had yeah, like a instance that you really remember that like really affected you, or did you get like did you break something and you know it was
Well,
from your
Yeah, I actually, I had shattered my elbow when I fell, and so they had to put pins and
Wow.
stuff like that. So, but that's pretty much about the only broken bone. I guess I broke a bone in this wrist and stuff too once, but that wasn't a big thing.
Oh, like you're shattering your
Yeah.
elbow.
Yeah. Was a lot of that more recent too, like just with the older you've gotten, or
Pardon?
was a lot of that more recent in the older you've gotten, or did it like when you were running around with your child?
This happened maybe about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, it's very
Interesting. Yeah.
So this might be kind of quite personal, but when you were pregnant, did it ever cross your mind that maybe your child could have MD? Is there ever
No, I guess it really didn't.
Yeah.
No.
sure.
Because isn't it, I mean, not that it can happen, because obviously
Right.
it does, but isn't it something that both parents have to carry the gene?
From
Or
what
not?
I've read, that's what I. From what I've read,
Yeah.
well,
We'd have to. I'm
Yeah.
sure each
I mean, I
one's
thought that
different.
that's
It's
what
like
we were told,
idiopathic.
but
yeah.
yeah.
The one I know I had read about it said that the gene is dominant. So if one, like how brown hair is dominant over blonde hair.
Right.
So I thought that one was one,
We'd have
but
to
we'd
look
have
up
to
and
we'll have to
see
look
for
it up
just
more.
this one.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah.
and I guess it was something that, thinking about something that we weren't even able to discuss with my parents, or maybe didn't think about it, was because my mom had passed away when she was like 41,
Oh, okay.
and she had breast cancer, and then my dad died when he was like 55
Wow.
or something like that. So, I mean, it was,
Sure.
So did they really kind of like growing up, and did they just not talk about it that you guys all had this, or were they very at that time period open about?
yeah, think about
Explaining.
we just didn't talk about
Yeah.
things, you know.
Yeah.
It was the
I mean,
time.
times,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't treated. We lived on a farm, so we weren't treated any differently than my brother and sister that didn't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our chores to do. we
Yeah.
just went out
Probably
and did
helped it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be
So.
active. So interesting.
Yeah, guess we're gonna have to go home and do
Yeah.
that.
We have more homework to do now.
Yeah.
And probably thinking about it, maybe, trying to think now back in my mind, is that maybe when my dad died, he might have still been thinking that it was the ataxia that we were
Oh.
originally
Oh.
Sure.
told what we had.
Oh,
Sure.
okay, not the MD itself.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting. Cool. Well, thank you again for
Yeah.
letting us
Yeah, no.
pick your brain.
Yeah. Give us a little
Yeah.
insight and
Right.
help us out.